Yo, what is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing a reptile room tour. The last time we did a reptile room tour it was 6 months ago, and so much has changed. As you can see, this whole rack is completely full. We now have a table here. This was not here before. We have a bigger tank here, and we still have all this here. Starting off with the top rack, these are 18 by 18 by 24s, the first three, and then we have a 12 by 12 by 18. But starting off, we have my trio of Dendrobates tinctorius azureus, also known as the blue poison dart frogs, and here we have my female that I've had for the longest time. This was actually the first poison dart frog I ever got. And then we have my two males. I have my male back there, and then my second male is right back there. Now, I did feed all my frogs so they'd come up for the video. So here they are eating. And these guys have actually produced for me, and I just got my first froglet that has ever left the water from them, so I'm very excited about that. And I hope that I have more down the line. Next to my azureus, we have my table mountains, and these are also Dendrobates tinctorius. Pretty much all my species are Dendrobates tinctorius, other than a couple others. And I believe that these are the only in Canada, but I could be wrong. And then I have, again, a 2.1, so 2 males and 1 female in here. And this tank is, you know, it could be better, it could be worse. Still wait for my creeping fig to grow all over my background, and then I would like to replant all of this stuff. And then hopefully one day, like the azureus, I can move them into a 24 by 18 by 24 as well. That would be the goal. But I have not yet got eggs from them. Or I've gotten eggs, but all the eggs have ended up being bad. And then these guys are beautiful. Very rare in the hobby. But they are definitely one of my favorites. And I do have 2 young mourning geckos in here as well. Like very small ones. I'm not sure exactly where they would be. But yeah, they're living up in the canopy somewhere. Now on from some of the frogs, here I have my gecko, which is a Tokay gecko. And this is my wild caught female. I won't open that because there's no point. She's hiding in that cork. I've had her a few months already, and for wild caught, she has thankfully been doing really good and eating off of tongs, so I'm glad for that. And then over to the right, we have my Amazon milk frogs. And before, in my old video, I had 1, but now I finally have 2. And there's one peeking his eye. Not exactly sure where my second one is. That one is my newest one. And I think my second one is hiding somewhere. But I would like to eventually move these guys into a 18 by 18 paludarium. So that is also another project down the road. Alright, now moving on to my middle shelf. These are all 18 by 18 by 18 Exoterras. These are the Frogs & Co., these 3, and then this is just a standard one. But we'll start on all the way to the left. These are my Dendrobates tinctorius true Sipple. And then this is my chunky female. And then I have my male, and he's hidden right there. And then this tank, you know, it's definitely not my favorite, but it does a trick. Like this fern is pretty much just one fern in this tank, but it is what it is. Would like to redo this eventually too. Moving on from my true sips, we have my Dendrobates tinctorius leucomella guyuna banded, and I am not sure if we'll be able to see them. I did just trim up this tank a slight amount, but it's definitely due for another trimming. Oh, there, if you not sure if you saw that or not, but I will try and get clips of them so you guys can see. Next to my guyuna banded, I have my Dendrobates tinctorius citronella, and this was the first pair of dart frogs I've ever gotten, and they are still doing excellent. I had got these from Species Canada, and this is definitely one of my favorite pairs, and I think they probably will always be. These guys have bred for me lots, and raise healthy froglets. And these guys are just beautiful, bright yellow, and they are huge. These guys are actually the largest tinctorius species. So they are bigger than all the other ones, which is also why they're one of my favorites. In this enclosure, I just have a fern, some philodendron, some creeping or oak fig, I think. Some creeping oaks. It's like creeping fig, but oak leaves. And then I have a margravia. And that's about it. Oh, and then I have this huge plant that has taken over. And a couple other ones that I'm not sure the name of. And then some sphagnum moss is actually growing here, which I'm pretty surprised I actually got that growing. And that's it for them. And right here we have my Dendrobic tinctorius owopoc. And then here I just have a pair of them, one male, one female. And these guys are beautiful frogs as well. And they have bred for me as well, just like a lot of my other frogs. And this tank has kind of outgrown itself again. It's definitely due for a trim. This plant has overtaken it, and it kind of killed my fern, so I'm going to have to do something about that eventually. And also this bromeliad back here got absolutely buried, so I might take that and replant it into a different tank. And then background's pretty covered in plants too, and actually if I look, I believe there is eggs in here. Oh yeah, would you look at that? Got a nice clutch of eggs. I'll have to pull those eventually. And then that is my pair of owopocs. Moving on to the table that was not here before. This table I have a 24 by 18 by 24, which I keep my pair of Dendrobic tinctorius vacuus. And then I have a tub here, and I keep Epipobates anthony Santa Isabel. I probably butchered that name because I'm not the best with scientific names. And then here I just keep tadpoles that I raise individually. So here I have some owopocs, azurius, and I think that's it. Yep, that's it for now. So right here my vacuus. Here actually where I season my bugs. Pour calcium on them. And if you've seen this cup before, you probably follow my Instagram. If you haven't, now's the time to give it a follow, because my reels seem to be popping off as of now. But in here, I have a group of 5 vacuas, 3 males and 2 females, and you can see one of them peeking its head there. Hopefully it'll steady. Somewhat see. And then I have 2 adult warning geckos in here as well. And this is definitely my favorite tank that I have. I wish all my other tanks could look like this, but hopefully they do eventually. This fern is dying though. But I have creep and fig all in the background. Bromeliad, 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 which I think this one's actually dying. I have a spider that lives in it. And then fern, this type of begonia. Forget what this is. I think it's called a watermelon something. I don't know. If you know, comment down below. And then that's pretty much it. And margravia on the back wall too. If you can see it. You can slightly see it. In this tub, my Santa Isabels. I have a group of 5 of them, and I'm actually not sure on the sexes of them, but they have produced for me before. So we got a mixture of males and females in here, and I did feed them as well. They're jumping around like crazy. Out of all my frogs, these guys have the loudest chirp too. These and the leucomelas are pretty even, but sometimes these guys honestly get annoying. But this tub has honestly been doing really good. I haven't really had luck growing plants in a tub, but something about this tub just popped off. It's thriving. And when your enclosures are thriving, that's most likely your animals are thriving too. And now moving on to my favorite part. I have my 4x2x2 Cornell's World enclosure that I just got. And it is currently emptied and I don't have any plans for it, so let me know what you think I should get in here. I just got a bunch of light fixtures too, some bulbs, so let me know what you guys think and comment down below. Up here, I just keep all my fruit flies, water, bunch of supplies. Moving down, I have my 4x2x16, and in this enclosure, I have my ball python. And as you saw, if you saw my reptile room from before, I think I had just got this snaked in. So I have currently, oh come on, has upgraded because it was in a 36x18x18 before. Just likes to climb on top of everything. There we go. Get a better grip. There we go. But despite how common ball pythons are and how boring people say, they're definitely one of my favorite snakes. They're very chill. Just hand them off to anyone and they're usually pretty good. So great snake for beginners to hold. If they're afraid of a snake, hand them a ball python. And then just like that, they're not scared of snakes. Oh, just flinched. But yeah, here we have Onyx, my ball python. In my very bottom enclosure, I have 4x2x2, and we have my northern blue-tongued skink, Lenny, and he's usually pretty friendly. He should come out, but I've had this guy for about 4 years, and out of all my reptiles, he is definitely one of my favorites. So chill, so cute, enjoys his pets. I've had him for 4 years, and he's been doing excellent. There's something about him where he's so special, so different compared to the others. But this enclosure is very basic. The top is covered in spider webs, but he's got his UVB bulb too. More spider webs everywhere. But I would like to eventually upgrade him to a bioactive enclosure. But I'm going to have to reseal all the corners, so that'll suck. But I might be moving, so I would like to move before I try and make this enclosure bioactive, just so it's easier to move. And yeah, that's Lenny, my northern blue-tongued skink. Now in this enclosure, this is a 36x18x36 Exoterra. And in here we have Tofu, my Tokay gecko. And he's actually hiding in there right now. But I will actually try and feed him to see if he eats on camera. Come on. See if he eats in front of the camera. There he goes. And this is my 3rd gen captive bred Tokay gecko. I would like to breed him in the future. That's what my female's for, but she's wild caught. So I would like to wait till I find a captive bred female before breeding him. And this is his enclosure. It's not all the way complete. I would like to do a background and the sides yet too. Covered that. And add a lot more cork and climbing areas for him. But this is still a bioactive enclosure. Lots of isopods, springtails, and of course Tofu. The last part of my room, we just have this rack, and here I keep my tadpoles conveniently. And this light actually just went off since it hit 9 o'clock, but this is where I raise most of my leucomelas tadpoles and a few others. And then this is a grow out enclosure for some froglets. And as you can see, I got a couple lukes in here. I have a total of 4 in here, and they are all sold. And then above this is a 36x18x12. And I have my pair of red-eyed croc skinks. And I am actually selling these guys right now, so if you're in Canada and want a pair of croc skinks, send me a message on Instagram, and I can definitely hook you up. They're usually hiding. Yeah, there's one. I think, not sure where my other one is. Oh, other one is right there. So these guys are available. I'm only selling them because I would like to have this clear so I can raise more froglets. And to be quite truthful, I kind of find them boring because all they do is hide. And they don't like to eat on camera. On the very top rack, I have discoid roach colony, discoid roach colony, discoid roach colony. All three of these are colonies for cockroaches. And then moving on, here I just have a few tadpoles that I raised together. And these are all dart frog tadpoles as well. And then here I have a crested gecko, and I've had this guy for sale for quite a while. Here we have the crested gecko, and I actually produced this guy. And if you're looking for a pet or even a breeder, this guy would be an excellent breeder. He is kind of flighty. He might jump off right here. See if I'm quicker than him. Okay, maybe he won't jump. Let me bring him back. Here we go. Come on, dude. Stop it. And he's due for an upgrade. But hopefully I can sell him before he needs an upgrade. I have my 5x2x2. And here we have my trio of Ackie monitors. And I think these guys are all sleeping right now. Yep, there's my male, my female. And I believe my other female is buried. Yeah, you can see her tail sticking out. And then this enclosure, it's also bioactive, but I have no plants in here. So this summer I plan to get some more plants once the garden center is open. And add more climbing area for them too. But this is it for now. They've been doing good. Every time I add plants, they seem to dig it up as well. In the final tank with something in it, here we just have a grow tank for some dart frogs. I'll try and be slow so they don't jump. But there we actually have one of my vacuas. And then I have leucomellas in here, which is right there, climbing the wall. Then I have one azurius. Then I have a citronella, another leucomella, and a few Santa Isabels in here, so a bit of everything. And then once my Ackie monitors lay eggs, I actually have this incubator ready to go. And then on the bottom of the rack, this tank is for a lizard that I'm getting hopefully very soon. Once the weather warms up, we'll be good to ship, and then he'll be in here. And then he'll eventually be in this 4x2x2. And then he'll outgrow this. So let me know what you think I could possibly be getting. I feel like a lot of you just simply won't guess. And then here I just have a spare 36x10x24 tank that I used to have my tortoise in, which I believe he was in the last Reptile Room tour I did. But I had sold him so I could get a new lizard for this tank. So let me know what you think it is. Alright guys, if you made it this far, huge thank you. We just hit 1,000 subscribers, so now we're trying to get that watch time up. So you know, your boy can make $1 on the YouTube. And comment below what your favorite reptile was. And very soon, very soon hopefully, we are getting a new reptile. And I for sure will be doing a video on that. And you know, if there's any other reptile you want me to get to, just comment below. Make sure you follow me on Instagram as well, because I post reels every other day. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.